Welcome into another edition of the Panther Pack podcast. I am Patrick. With me, as always, my good pal Pedro. Pedro, how you doing this morning?
Doing fine. Today's Friday, so weekend's coming. Great.
We're almost there. So you know how we start these off. We're going to kick it off with sports. Give us that weekly Panther update, Pedro.
All right, so middle school soccer, they're 3-1-3. Their next game is Tuesday, October 24th. They're playing against Salem, in Salem, at 4:30 p.m. Cross country is 10-0. They had a meet yesterday. The results are not finalized yet, but their next meet is the championship meet, which hasn't been determined yet. Girls volleyball is 12-2. The regular season has ended.
Killing it.
They made it into the playoffs, and we're going to find out who they're playing momentarily.
We're coming, Foxborough. Coming
for you. Girls soccer, 7-3. They've already made playoffs as well. They still got 2 more games. They play their next game is this Monday against South Shore, and they play on Wednesday against Collegiate. The boys soccer are 6-2. The boys have 2 games left. They have to win one to make playoffs. They play South Shore on Monday, and they play Collegiate on Wednesday. They got to win one of the 2 games to make it to the playoffs, and then we'll have all our teams into the playoffs.
Pedro, we could be talking next week, all 4 varsity teams in the playoffs. Something that I don't think has happened in many years here at Pioneer. So we need UNC got to push those boys to make one of those 2 wins.
You know, we're pushing them as much as possible. Now it's all up to them to dig it out and win the game.
Thank you for that update, Pedro. We appreciate the sports update.
Anytime.
A couple of announcements here for the school side. As most of you know, I'm running the blood drive. We already have over 25 volunteers, so we are not accepting any more volunteers for that event. If you want to help out in any way, the best thing you can do is to tell your parents, tell your friends, try to get them to sign up to donate blood. There's a lot of cool scholarship opportunities if we raise enough blood. So please reach out to all of your friends and family. It's on November 4th from 9 to 2 in the gym. So blood drive, November 4th in the gym, 9 to 2. Couple of announcements for next week. So PSATs are happening on Wednesday, October 25th. We cannot stress as alumni enough with the PSATs. They prepare you very much for the actual SATs. Quick funny story I like to tell everyone. So when I took my SATs my junior year, this kid who was sitting next to me had a nervous breakdown and had to leave the test because he was so nervous. And I like to think that because I took my PSATs here, I was very prepared. Pedro, how did you feel about the PSATs when you took them?
I thought that the PSATs was a great, preparation for the SAT. It really pretty much puts you in the SAT mindset. So when you go to take it, you're not frantic, you're not lost. You're there and you understand everything and you're good to go. I think it helped me a lot.
And that's what we're here to do, just to help out as much as possible. On Thursday, October 26th, there's parent-teacher conferences, so make sure you tell your parents to attend those. And then the best news of all, next Friday, October 27th, is an early release day, leaving early, 1 o'clock, you know the drill, so look forward to that as well. That does it for all of the updates for next week. Pedro, any final thoughts you'd like to share?
I just keep thinking back to this sports update, and everything's looking good. Just that boys soccer, I really, really want the boys soccer to make this playoff. Because once we're in the playoff, anything can happen. We can draw an easier road to the finals, and we can get there and maybe steal a championship. So that's what we try to do.
So Pedro's gonna push hard on those boys soccer, and then to all of our other sports teams, just because you've made the playoffs does not mean it's time to relax. It's time to go get a championship, make Sig happy, because he's been very upset over the last few years. So we want to make Sig happy. We want to win some championships. That does it for the Panther Pack podcast. We appreciate you guys listening. If you ever would like to have something said on the podcast, or you have some questions that you want answered, feel free to come up to Pedro or myself to let us know. We'll be more than happy to put it in the podcast in the future. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you all next week.